Hey, what's up, guys? I know it's been a few days. My bad. It's been hard to be motivated to play lately with my hands being the way they are. As you can see, I have a pretty bad eczema. I am going to be getting some medicine later today, so hopefully that solves this problem, at least in the next few days. It's not an instant cure, but it's already been kind of healing with what I have, but it's all good. Anyway, ooh, Raimaru. Sick. Let's go. He's been playing. Reminds me, I still need to sign up for tonight, for Wednesday night fights, so, if they don't see me in the bracket, someone remind me before. I'll do it after I get off the stream. Ah, man. Oh no. Wow, I dropped that. I should have won. Alright, let's try this again. I think I got a combo. Oh. Ah, the classic. It's all good. Whew, man. But yeah, hopefully you guys have having good days today. Yo, Pokey, what's going on? I was trying to get some stuff ready before I got started. I could have started way sooner today, but I was looking up a bunch of news and all this stuff. But what was taking up a little bit of my time was setting up my my configuration thing for my stick. Oh man, the layout for my stick. I have a one without the button layout. Sakura, hello. Becky, what's up? Backdash to the point. Is it a negative or a positive rant? I'm assuming negative since it's a rant. Like, are you playing Royal, or is this about vanilla, or just Persona 5 in general? I mean, okay, vanilla. Ah, man. Are you just playing through it? Dang, he got me good. Maybe I'm not ready for tonight. Yeah, that's fine. I think the royal stuff has a couple of quality of life stuff. Um, which, but I don't know if it actually impacts a good bit of the actual game. Well, the thing is, I was goaded into doing it because I was asked to do it. It was like, hey, you're cooler than this dude. You deserve this thing. It was like I don't know if you know Hokuto no Ken, but Shin stealing Kintro's wife. Like he was goaded into it by Jaggy, kind of like that. I wish I was as cool as Jaggy though. Hmm. Okay. The time limits? Are you talking about the dungeons or something else? Um, let's see. Well, you can spoil it. The game is like 2 years old. Which parts are you talking about? Some of the confidence, I think. Which would yes, I see. Um, let's see, which one was that one? You have to remind me. Is that is that the confident that does politics? Is it that one or a different one? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just a flaw of old school game design, I think, because it's just like, well, you meet this guy at this time, you should meet up with him right away or not. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Because like there was one confident that I didn't get to finish because I thought I had more time, but I think I was nearing the end of the game, so I just couldn't do it. But it was like a raw playthrough because I know Persona first time is I'm gonna miss a ton of stuff because it's not like without knowing what you want, you're not gonna be able to do everything that you want. Oh what? Wake up! Four strike beats ever. Anyway, Sakura, is there anything in particular that you want to know about my old YouTube videos? Because I don't think I have anything that's like that I would want to redo, other than maybe I can redo the game one because it was kind of funny. But I kind of like having the scuffed stuff. Yeah, I mean, some people enjoy the whole like playing through Persona like a million times type thing, especially with increased stats. And I understand if you're not in a camp that you're not, because I definitely am not. I just want to play one time, and then I'm gonna look up YouTube on the other stuff. You know, like you know, romancing certain adults. You know, or there's like there's a thing trying to. Actually, that's more of a spoiler. I probably shouldn't tell you if you actually decide to keep playing. But yeah, romance options, I think. If anything, I think I like the romance options in general in 5 more than the other games. Like when I look at 4, I'm just like, I guess I'll take Chie. She likes kung fu. Hey, Gray Fox, what's up? Ah, the SPO qualifier one. Well, that one's kind of scuffed. I can tell you while we're playing. While I'm playing right now. Um, so originally, the US had one spot for SBO a long time ago. It was in California. But the problem with the with SBO calls or any out of country thing in the beginning, like they'll give like one or two spots internationally for SBO, and like it was up to the country to handle the fees, like basically flight and all that. It was all of the players. So people had a hard time. First, you have to like have proof of passport so that you could probably go, and then like and yeah, it was rough all around. But anyway, it was really hard. I think we lost the opportunity to get SBO spots after the first time we had it. And then Rockin' Wednesdays. I mean, I kind of wish it was still the old time. I mean, yeah, romantically, I don't really care about the P4 girls. P4, P3, you know, you got Mitsuru. I didn't play enough with 3 too. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, he was trying to appeal to people to he was trying to appeal to people that want more time, but I mean, maybe the old time was fine. He didn't need to change it. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, Kiseki, but she's hot. And some people just like the prim and proper lady, you know? That needs to know about the regular world. That's appealing sometimes. I don't have to... I've actually dealt with that, like, maybe once or twice. It's kind of cool, I think. In the getting to know the girl thing. Maybe. I see the appeal. Anyway, yeah, so SBO kind of scuffed qualifiers. We didn't get it again until Planet Zero and Emotion Gear came and like appealed to the crew, and they're like, hey, yo, we'll handle it, and you know, we'll figure out the whole flight and whatever. Now, that is a whole I don't know if you know, but that is a whole drama in itself, which man, that's a loaded topic. You can actually do some quick detective work on Google, and you can find out some specifics. Hey, this guy teleports so late. Wow. But yeah, we had a few more times to qualify for SBO. They would have like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 spots reserved for international spots in the arcade. But man, Japanese, it seems like a lot of Japanese people, they don't really care about foreigners too much, unless like it's like maybe the final round, final match, or whatever, like or like someone they really know that's a superstar, I guess, like just a Wong or something maybe. But they focus a lot more for you know, like local country talent, from what I hear, because there's like old Day-Jam video that I was watching recently where like you can have like pretending to be like Arts from Ash and some me or whatever, and then people would not even bother. We had the farthest we gotten for a US representative in Japan was Arc Revo, and I think we had like maybe 3 teams that our representatives went through, which I know what was it, we had DC Yoshi entered with like 2 other people, and he apparently went to 3 teams before he got knocked out. Yeah, that's probably that. No, actually that's not true. If you're a competitor, you know everyone that's competing, like if that's your prerogative. Even when I was like not super hardcore doing well in yes Marvel 3 GC Yoshi, it was Technically he was a top player next year. He played WNF. He was very good in that game. I was very impressed when he switched over to that. Because, you know, before he has a history. He's a Marvel 2 player, and then Marvel 3 he went to... I know, in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom he played PTX, which is one of the giants. The only good giant. But, you know, he plays BB Tag. But he's a good fighting game player overall. Even though he likes, he likes trolling, pretty much. He enjoys trolling more than winning. And, but if you force him to play, like, good, then he can. But the character has to fit his aesthetics. But yeah, his team, he went through, like, 3 teams on his own, apparently. Or something like that. He clutched it. Oh, shit. Yeah, anyway, yeah, what was I saying? So they have a wiki. If you did anywhere near well in an event, and there's a tournament record for it, they know who you are. Like, I was surprised when, for Marvel 3, because I was doing really well, back in the day, for Vanilla and some of Ultimate, Japanese players knew who I was. Probably because I had YouTube videos and, like, for Texas, I was doing, like, pretty well. Like, it was either me, Jan, or Mihei, or Rubik's, and, for people that do well. And then, you know, like, Buckethead whenever he did stuff. But he almost never traveled out of state, so. But they knew, they have a wiki on you. You're anywhere near notable, there's a wiki of you somewhere. Like you're in the Hall of Fame, and they'll say, oh, well, they'll make a cliff note like, all right, this is their team or characters, and this is what they're known for, results. Nah, it's a Japan thing. Like they record everything, and if they need to know how to beat you, they'll find out what you're good at, what your sleep schedule is like, what you like to eat, your likes, dislikes, your favorite color or something. They'll know everything, because if anything, their preparation, or like their ability to gather information is top notch, and that's why they've always been like a really strong country for like competitive games, because they share info. There's stories of like so there's like you know, they have these things called MOOCs, which are magazine and books for strategy guides. And they're just really big strategy, really big strategy guides for the games in the arcade back in the day. And they would leave one copy on the table, for all the games that are serious, that people were playing. And right by it would be like a notepad, or like stick-em notes or something, and people will write notes for everyone there. So if there's like something that people need to know, then you can share it. They don't hide stuff there. It's kind of crazy. Well, not all the time. They've done it a few times, but like it'll be something specific, like I heard what is it? The glitch roll canceling in CVS2 was found in beta testing. And it was like top players that found it, and they hid it, because back then, like, once the game was out, they can't fix it anymore. It'll cost too much, right? You have to replace like the actual whole board, and then I mean, like, in the end, the game was better off for it, but they actually hid the glitch from Capcom. Because sometimes they'll have something in okay, so the ones where people put out notes for people that want to learn, then yeah. but they still have cliques in Japan, you know, just like any other fighting game scene. They're not gonna take, like, unless the event is kind of like triggered to um, tailored for new people. They're not very open. They're not gonna go up to people and be like, "Yo, you look like you have potential. Come under my wing," or whatever. You either have to like maybe like be friends with a friend, or like they're not very the country as a whole is not very open to meeting new people and like growing a scene in that way, unless like, you know, you'll have a few outliers obviously, but like just randomly in the arcade it's more like a kind of all for yourself type thing. It's kind of weird. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. He's doing it. He's doing to grow the scene and like people in general. He's kind of a figurehead too. But if you're talking about like going to an arcade and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna mess these guys up," and then talking to people, it's you're in the minority area like that. But yeah, I was getting this layout set up so that I can have ones with no images on them, so people don't get confused when I play Melty or any other random fighting game later on. So I was taking a little bit of time. To Japan? No. I tried in said SBO qualifiers multiple times. And no success, unfortunately. I was thinking of going whenever Evo Japan started. I hear it's kind of a shit show though. As far as like trying to get like entering the tournament, like it sounds cool, and then you go there and then you hear all these things like, oh, no, the monitors aren't all standardized. Tournament running isn't like they were very efficient in tournament running. If you're not Japanese, it's like really hard because you know they don't try to go out of their way to get everyone. Input delay arcade cabs. I've actually played with those cabs before. They add like 1 frame of delay, and it sucks. At least the HD cap. The like if it's an old game like this, well, if it's an old game on a candy cab, then that you don't have that problem because you know it's pretty much a CRT. But I mean, +R is on the like oh shit. +R is on the network, the Ring Edge network or whatever. So so they're gonna play it on the HD monitors, and you're gonna deal with the 1 frame delay. But it's like me playing this game in Windows mode on my monitor, so like I'm pretty sure I can get used to it. But yeah, it feels bad, man. You know, if you're sensitive to that stuff, it sucks. It makes a difference when you play like a game like Street Fighter, and you have like something that's like 3 frames and it's supposed to beat out stuff, and you're used to a different timing. That shit sucks. Ring Edge? It could be 2. 6 frames? Ew. I don't know about that. Yeah, but it's the monitors more than the game. From what I understand, it could be how the games are stored on the network, but who knows, right? I'm not sure. I saw the the games with like net play for their tabs instead of connected together. Kind of a shit show too. Like I saw there was a video of Aru who plays like SNK fighters a lot. And he played Samurai Showdown, and they use online netcode for it. Aw, man. used online netcode, and the game was lagging so hard, so bad. They have fiber over there in Japan, so it's pretty shit. The netcode's so bad. But yeah, people are starting to get used to. I mean, they're starting to warm up to like super fast response time. You know, right now in Japan, like that's like the Street Fighter for the pros. Street Fighter is standard on PC now. They just go to the arcades if they have to, you know, to play with the people in person or whatever. They only really play on console when they have to get ready. For gear though, generally they add the 1 frame, at least for the delay. 480 hertz, yeah. So I was about to get like a high refresh rate monitor, and then like someone's like, Stone, you play like 1080p games, and they're gonna be 60 frames anyway. Like you don't need a high refresh rate monitor. I'm like, oh, I guess you're right. Right now I'm running 2 monitors right now. It's pretty convenient for streams. NBA CC? I don't know. Yeah, like I was trying to follow the sports, but it's like there's the info's so scattered. The info's so scattered. I was just like, man. I thought that's what I was reading. And someone else told me otherwise. Like you shouldn't worry about it. And I mean it's fine. Like most especially with console play, which is the tournament standard. I'm gonna be stuck at 1080p regardless. So yeah. Did you redeem a character? Oh damn, you did. Shit. Okay. My bad. I'm trying to. It's hard when. My bad, bro. I didn't see it. I must have just missed it. Okay. Whoops. Oh no. Oh no. Run a warrant. Yes. Aw, man. Oh, jeez, red hill. Hell yeah. 280 hertz? That's tight. Yeah, they're also really expensive, and like I already spent. You guys saw my receipt for my PC. I think I'm good for now. Shit, won't be able to pay it back. I mean, won't be able to make that up until like I get hella subs or something. Uh, the sum of the parts of everything is like, um, I think if you don't count the capture part, it was like 2,800. Oh no, it was 3K because I was still missing the fans from the last receipt. I didn't get the fans for the cooling, so 3K. Well, that and I got the capture card that everyone's trying to get right now. We managed to get it 3080. Walked in the store and it's like we're like what do you have? Like all we have is 3080s. Oh, we have this one 3080 someone didn't redeem. So if you don't want that, we only got 1050 Ti's. Yeah, it's a very big PC. It's huge. I think the case itself was like 200. I also messed up the putting on one of the side panel, the glass side panel, like the thing got knocked off. One of the screws to keep it in, so I kind of have to lay it on something to keep it closed. Yeah, 1050 and 3080, that's it. Shit. Like, I looked at the case for their graphics cards and they had so many 1050 Ti's just chilling there. Sorry, bro, that's all we got. I mean, it was a miracle they had the 3080, you know? People were like killing each other for that thing. And that cost me 1,100. Oh, thinking about it, yeah, I spent money on the warranty too, thinking about it. Yeah, I think it's 2-year warranty. So that probably upped the price a bit. That's the only thing I put a warranty on. Cause like the other stuff I can replace, I'm sure, but the 3080, I mean. Also I have a capture card that my friend forgot convinced me to get. Cause I'm like, when you think about it, I'll probably be, when I get a chance, I'll compete on console for tournaments sometimes. So I might after that. Or maybe I'll play something on console you don't think about too. I was gonna stream No More Heroes 3, but then like by the time I was done, by the time I thought about it, I was already like 3 fights in. So I was alright. That game is mad confusing if you don't play No More Heroes games at all. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll think of the Pacific. Not Pacific Rim. What's that game? Can't remember the name of it right now. But the Vanillaware game that everyone like was raving about the story. Man, I'm dumb. Of course he can do it. I don't know why it ticked. But yeah. Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, SBO Japan. Yeah, like I did mention, you probably should look up look up stuff about Planet Zero SBO qualifier, there was multiple problems, including a certain rollback, rollback adding player getting screwed out of an SBO spot. So he got screwed out. If you guys are aware of that. Freaking overheads. So yeah, Sonic has been around shit ton. Oh, actually, you know, I think the funniest thing was, yeah, SBO's done. They after the last one where they couldn't have it in the hall anymore, so they put it in an outside field. Like I think it was like for outside concert hall or whatever. I know it was like the year that Ultimate Marvel 3 was still new. Because I remember like when they announced that game was at SBO, like Amazon Japan had hella Marvel sales here. Yeah, Zappas are rare. They're hard though, you know? They're hard to deal with. I remember Marvel 3 got like a huge spike in sales when it got announced at SBO, because that's the power of that, that's the power of that tournament brand back then. I mean, it still would be, but it got screwed after that year. It had so many really dumb rules. Like the biggest rule is that the big rule is that it has to be standardized hardware, which was not a problem until consoles were introduced, which was only that year. Coin is fine. Zappas is dumb. So with console games, they said it has to be these standardized arcade sticks only, or these pads that we approve of. And we had Mihei, who was like a top Marvel player, but he plays on 360 pad. But they said he couldn't use that pad. Instead, he had to use this Hori knockoff pad that's similar to it, but it wasn't exactly the same. So like, stupid rules like that, yeah. And the arcade stick rules, I think they had to use like, you know, I mean, it's fine, arcade parts or whatever, but some people might be more comfortable with a certain box. You couldn't bring your own custom stick, because who knows what's in it, right? So, they didn't want to deal with that, and said, alright, you can use these Hori sticks, these Hori products, with Sanwa parts in them, or, you know, you can't compete. If it was a console game, like, I think Kayani was there for Soul Calibur. She was pretty popular for that, and she didn't enjoy it. But that wasn't even like the worst part of the tournament. The worst part was like, let's see. So there's actually there was multiple problems. Yeah, but like their reasoning is crazy. Basically, you know, you couldn't use a personal controller. It has to be supplied by them. You know, just like in arcades, you use the parts that are in the cabinet or whatever. That's it. That way, like, there's the plus and the minus to it. The plus is that you don't have to worry about your own supply, but the minus is you're not used to what they're giving you. You know, so that sucks. I don't know. It's super whack. They're antiquated in their thoughts about like competitive play. I mean, after that event, like, you know, it was done. Let's see. So yeah, the other problems. I like to think it was, when did SBO die? I like to say 2012 or 2013. Because Marvel 3 was on SBO Falls. Had SBO. And there was the Soul Calibur. I imagine it was it 5? Yeah, Soul Calibur 5. Whenever that was new too. So yeah, so it was outside. So outside with not enough covering, so there's glare, there's sun and glare, cicadas, like bugs everywhere. Also some of the games are connected by what is it? Like the network stuff in Japan, because they don't. Some games aren't connected by oh, what? It's not dead. Some games are connected by internet, and the internet was not so good. So some of the games like Street Fighter 4, which was there that year, there was a good bit of delay for the games connecting. What else is it was a nightmare for the people that were there, from what I heard. You know, on top of like the whole SBO qualifier stuff being a shit show, games not having games you want to see on stream, I think is super annoying. We're super spoiled by like big events in pretty much every other region, handled by people that are not as antiquated with like how events should be streamed or run or whatever. Also, hello Vishram. I I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. So yeah, that after that SVO was completely done. They couldn't get sponsors anymore. That was like always the thing. I mentioned in this stream, I'm pretty sure like once or twice, but it was SVO was a huge Ponzi scheme. Oh, in Japan, you cannot be paid for you can't be paid by a tournament with entry fees because they consider that gambling. By the law, not by what they think. And gambling is illegal in Japan. Just ignore the fact that pachinko is pretty much the same thing. But so yeah, the way these events circumvent it, like nowadays, like Evo, Japan, and stuff like that, the companies regulate it. They go through like this esports license thing, and it's all regulated. But you have to have the license to win the prize. Yeah, Japan law is like really awkward. So yeah, you have to have an esports license, or if you're not someone from Japan, you can get what they call an entertainer's license, where you can win money. But that's not even guaranteed. That costs money too. Man, yeah. So esports in Japan is a blow up, pretty much. Like there was even a kid at Tokyo Game Show, I think last year or the year before, and yeah, I mean the thing is they have to go for it, otherwise, like what is the alternative? You know, like how else are they gonna get paid? We had there was one of the old top players was trying to fight the good fight and like not bother with the licensing, but in the end he had to if you want to keep being paid for playing. Yeah, you have to be approved. You have to be approved, and I think you can only play certain games to get money. Or no, I don't think that's it. It's just the games that you can win money from have to be approved by a board which has certain companies behind it. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, so like there was like you know, Puzzle of Dragons is like super huge and right? And there was a kid at I think it was Tokyo Game Show a few years ago. He was 15, and because he was 15, he couldn't win the grand prize. That sucked. I don't know if that's even the case, right? I thought just somebody came in and they had to do something. And they got approval from the companies. And it's just, who else is gonna do it? You know? How else are you gonna circumvent the law unless you change the law? So that, like, you can get it approved. And I think a lot of you have to. They still have the stigma in Japan. They still have the stigma of like, you can't. You can. You'll only there. It's only starting to get around that stigma of like of gaming is not like a career path because of people like Daigo and Tokido, mainly Tokido because he graduated from Todai Tokyo U University. But Daigo too. Thank you for the follow, Rezio. GG. It's not a career. It's not a career path, but you can make money off of it. But it's just not very good in Japan. You would have to be out of Japan, or like you have to be in the top 1%. You know, like that can travel out and make money. And even then, playing to win money in a tournament, like unless you're sponsored and it's like you're winning the big games, you know, like Job Fighter 5. Well, no, I mean like you can say that, but you can definitely develop the skills from being a quote-unquote top player to develop stuff that you can use, or you can use this to supplement yourself. Like all these, you know, all these people dogging and content creators, like they're making money off that, you know. They're making money off that, or you know, their sponsor pays them to do that stuff. Oh man, that was a bad idea. You know, some of those players start working in some players will start working in like production. You know, like, you know, people only gaming. Yeah, no. You don't just game. You do a bunch of stuff that supplement your gaming. So I mean, if you wanna be like completely clear, you don't just play games. You're yeah, you're doing stuff like pretty much what I'm doing, but you know, you win big tournaments and people know who you are or something. You have to be known in some fashion. Like what is it? That guy Aquapimp, who's a voice actor who also plays Gear. Or you know, people like Maximilian, who's considered like mid-level player, but he made a ton of content with you know, with his game series stuff. A lot of eye scout on him. But yeah, and then top players, they make all that stupid content, that those horrible clickbaity videos. Like, is this character top tier? Thick setup in giant bold white letters. It's super annoying in some cases, but that gets you the most views, and that's what gets you paid, so... I try to avoid clickbaits, but I mean, like, in the end, if there's information that I could use in it, then I'll click on it. And I support the homies that do it, you know, like, they're just trying to eat. You know? Build up that resume. It's like, yeah, I was part of this company for so-and-so amount of time. You know, I actually was part of a legit, esports company for, a bit, well, esports team. But to be fair, I didn't do as much as I could have. Trial thing? I'm not sure what that is. Oh god, too far. Yeah, I was part of this team called Denial Esports. I think they're more known for the FPS stuff, but I was hired, I was, asked to join the team, for, with some other Marvel players. Christian? I still don't know what that means. Oh, that thing. They just joke about it. People just joke about it, but it'll probably come back up again. KOF 15's around the corner, you know. Yeah, it was shitty. I did not like it. But people clicked it. People, like... The stuff that we want versus stuff that the casual person will click because they're bored and they want to see fighting game stuff. Like, it's totally different. You gotta get the low-hanging fruit. If you're just trying to eat, you gotta do the low-hanging fruit stuff. I hate KOF trials. I don't think so, and I probably shouldn't. Not while I'm in the stream. It sounds like something I'll regret if I go into it. Boomer game? Okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, right now, I would assume everyone's trying to jump on the Melty Blood type Lumina train. Which I would prefer is if everyone would be like, hey, Type Moon, translate Tsukihime to English, please. Or at least make an announcement so we know to wait for it, you know? Instead of having to hire, like, people to translate that shit day by day. I hope we get a good translation. UBCF. Oh my god. Yeah. Like, it's always, they hire people from outside to do translation stuff. Like, Beta Unlimited Codes actually got, you know, it was licensed by Capcom. Dang, the rift got heavy. What the hell? Capcom published, Beta Unlimited Codes. I wonder what happened here. Probably just a bug in the beta. Rage quit? I feel like it's disconnect. Rage quit would have just said disconnected, I think. Well, I guess I'll see in a minute. Yeah, Fate Grand Order, they hired some people to do it. Rage quit? Okay. I'll believe you guys. Yeah, they hired some people to do it. I don't know, I feel like it's detrimental to Type Moon if they're trying to build the Tsukihime brand and not have something for English-speaking audiences, because, you know, people know who they are now. Not just Melty Blood, I mean, just because of Fate. Oh, really? He raged on YouTube? No, they want to print money, they're gonna do it. But not having the original Tsukihime on PC, as well as the other systems, is a big mistake, I think. Oh, you know, it's still a rated 18 in Japan game. The end. I'm actually a big fan. Like, Tsukihime is a pretty big deal for me. It might not be your thing, but, you know. Yeah, right? I mean, everyone memes the hentai VN stuff, but, you know, Tsukihime didn't get known for that. Tsukihime got known for the really well done character writing and stuff. Yeah, they probably just watched the movie, right? I think when I was younger, I kind of wanted to, but now I just don't care enough. I'll read like a SparkNotes version or something. The current one is not. They might have situations where you might see stuff like that, but it's not. The audiobook? Okay. The last VN I read was Sayano Uta because it was on sale. Which is a pretty big deal. Oh man, Sherlock Holmes. I read the first, I read up to the first half before Conan Doyle resurrected Sherlock. After the Moriarty thing. Yeah, they didn't finish all the English translation um for Tsukihime manga, which is I don't yeah I would rather read text, to be honest with you. Like I like the ends because like there's a I think there was an old interview with Nasu where he mentions like it's a little easier to get people's attention with visual novels because there's text and music to kind of suck you in. Yeah, Zappa kind of does do that. Yeah, you have to play around it. It's hard. Like 5K, 5H, 5S, bar 5S will whiff on Zappa a lot, so you want to avoid that. Want to make sure you hit with normals that would most likely hit him. And not you don't want you don't want bar 5S at all in this matchup. It's too easy to whip. Oh no. The ends are weird? I don't think they're weird. I think it's cool. It's like kind of like a moving. It's kind of like a comic book with more text. And like every once in a while, you have like an action scene where it's just a bunch of like weird motion images. Just watch anime. Man, don't get me started on that. I watched the last movie on Fate, I'm like, this is amazing, but the people that are anime onlys are gonna be like confused because they had so much that there's so much context that's gone from the animation. It sucks. I mean, that's what dating sims are. Dating sims are totally visual novels, you know. Just you get like interaction of like building up stats and shit. You know, Phoenix Wright games are visual novels. If you don't, I didn't put them two and two together until someone mentioned it. I was like, oh, okay. If you can play those games, then yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. I'm doing good, Phoenix. How are you? Oh man, Techno Man. I was talking about that with some people the other day too. And like we got it in the States, but we didn't get to see the whole run, obviously. I think we stopped at the halfway point, like at around episode like 30, 20, 25 or something. And then they stopped serializing it. Oh, cool. That's good. Just, you know, make sure you don't miss anything you need to pay attention to in class. Yeah, I kind of want to watch the whole thing. Oh yeah, They do stuff like that all the time. Or fragile children heads wouldn't be able to handle stuff like that, or like, you know, the lesbian Sailor Moon girls. Oh, they're just cousins. Really close cousin. Man, actually, I found out that one of those girls, uh, one of one of those girls actually shares my birthday. So, but I think she was a more boring one. I like the other one, short-haired one. I think it's Mercury. No, not Mercury. Neptune? That's sick. March 6th. Oh, dude, we have the same birthday, bro. Yeah, we both share the same birthday with Neptune. I think she's the more boring one, though. The whole Sailor Moon run. I tried starting, and then I couldn't get past the first episode. I think I had a shorter attention span when I was younger. Maybe I should watch like the halfway point or something. Challenge decline. Yeah, it's trying to catch up with chat. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I know I have something that I need to do before I start doing other stuff for streaming too. So much filler, yeah. Oh, Leon, I'm pretty sure Latif won that one. I don't have a 100% accurate record, but like there's like I'm 90% sure it's Latif, but there's also a chance that Flash did win because Flash is definitely not a slouch. But Latif won a ton of tournaments when he entered. Hey, he didn't burst. Alright, I'll take it. Oh, one of the craziest offline matches? Yeah. AC was a different time for sure. Whoops. Finally. Give me that damage. Oh, there's a cat up there. There's cats. Dude, there's cats in the bridge. I just noticed this. All these years of playing Guilty Gear. Latif's playing Strive daily. I think it was playing while I was streaming. He has his own Twitch channel. He started streaming like I think a few weeks ago. I'm actually very surprised he's not playing +R. But, you know, he was a very competitive person, and I think he's gonna go where people are playing. I was actually debating whether or not to play Strive on stream today, because it was my day off. But I'm gonna enter a tournament later tonight, so I figured this is probably better for me practice-wise, instead of doing tournament for like, and then only playing like 4 games before I end up not streaming any fights for another hour, like a few weeks ago. The Among Us stream? You guys want to set something up like that? We can do a Discord stream for it. Of course, we'll have to do the honor system, you know, peek at me while we're playing. I'm pretty bad at it, though. Yeah, of course, I always stream my tournament runs. Oh, dang, that sucks. I mean, yeah, it's hard to know if you're gonna like something or not until you play it, right? You don't really know. Yeah. Oh, Among Us Arena, you're right. The game only has local versus, right? It does have net play. Yo, Dragon Kai, what's up? Watch the N-word around here. I'm reading the context. You're good, but just a warning. I know these bots are waiting. I laxed the word usage. It's okay, but be careful, man. Some of my friends played it the other day because they're updating the game still. They added a new map and a couple of things, more tasks and stuff. But you know, it's only because we only managed to get time to play like every maybe like every few weeks. So, oh. Yeah, I mean it's too popular a game for people not to. And then, you know, now there's like the Switch port. Oh god. I mean, like I said, I only play it with friends. Yes. Oh, Fall Guys? I had no clue, man. They add stuff every now and then, but yeah, I don't know. Oh shit, Dino Zip! Thank you for the sub! Dang, the notification sound didn't come up. Thank you for the subbing for 4 months. I'm gonna have to check that. I was pretty sure I have it. Now to test it again. Yeah, I hear the problem with Fall Guys, like if you play it, it's like it's not super responsive control wise, so you might get frustrated in that way. Should probably do a sub goal, huh? I don't know. I think I should make sure that my streaming schedule's steady again before I start hitting sub goal stuff. Need at least unlock another sub slot, which I still need to figure out what to put for another emote. No. What is Zappa? A miserable little pile of secrets. Ah, overhead. An Australian? Bruh. Oh, cool. I didn't get a low profile. Hell yeah. Got him. Yeah, get hit. Yeah, I didn't get to play it because I didn't have my PS3s available to me for a bit. Or my PS4, I mean. Dang, I forgot Zappos Australian, bro. They're nice people, though. The last time I talked to an Australian, like, was when they had all those wildfires. Which I think they still do, right? Just not as much as, like, last summer. And I asked him, hey, for whatever you're asking me to do, can I get a koala that's still on fire? Like, from your environment? Oh yeah, he's possessed by ghosts. Yeah, he doesn't know, he goes out of consciousness when he's possessed by the ghost. So that's why he contorts his body all weird, and like he doesn't know when he wakes up he gets all these injuries. He's looking for Falth. He's looking for Falth to try to ask him, hey, can you cure my shit? Like, I don't know what's going on. Then in a good bit of the story past, he meets Faust. He's like, nope, later. Doesn't even ask him. Doesn't even tell him what's wrong with him. He's like, I can't cure you, bro. Yeah. Her name's Etsuko, which is supposed to be like a reference to Sadako from The Ring. Yeah. If you... Yeah, he's OP doctor. He figured out how to resurrect the dead. But it was too strong, so... They framed him, and they made him think that it was his mistake, and that's why he went crazy. Then he went nutty with some other shit. Oh no! Nice. Yeah, he's a miracle doctor. In the XX series, he's like a doctor that... Oh, in Exert, he's like he's someone that's healing a bunch of random people wherever he goes to atone for his sins of going on a murderous rampage in Guilty Gear. After he thought he killed a kid that he tried to save. It was actually pretty cool. But we have no idea what happened to him in Strive because they haven't released a story that includes that right now, so... No, the murderous rampage was real. But it's the first death that was like... was rigged. I'm not focusing on his fight. Yeah, I mean, they even mentioned it in the... Thank you for the follow, Felix. Yeah, they even mentioned it in the booklet for the first game, which I have somewhere. I had to look for it. There's so much stuff I still have in boxes since I moved. I haven't taken out. Ugh, man. Waiting for that story update too, because man, Thrive's story is like yawn. I was okay with Exer's story, and I'm all for toning down the scope of the story. I mean the characters for the sake of story, but like man. I didn't know you can do that airborne, that's cool. I'm only invested because I've been with the series for so long, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Not amazing. Oh, okay. He's gonna wait till like half-life. That's usually when he bursts. contradict so much. I mean, you know, that's what retconning does to you, bro. Like, there's supposed to be more story content later, like, after one of the DLCs, so, we'll probably get some answers. Ah, I thought he was gonna try to throw. Oh, the Street Fighter 5 story? I never watched it. I never watched Street Fighter 5 story. Usually I'm all for it, but you know, lately I just been like unless I'm really looking forward to a story thing, I don't bother nowadays. The dinner story, yeah. Oh, this is the Eddie player. Where am I at? 1 hour? Okay. I should probably do laundry too. With my day off. Yeah, I enjoy story lore. I enjoy lore stuff, but well, with DLC, it's always like you can always just wave it off as it's DLC. They don't need to worry about story stuff. Yeah, man, he's gonna show up in Try with a baguette as his pull stick, and and he's gonna shoot croissants. I mean, there's a decent chance, but, like, in-game models are way more detailed than the story models, so it's gonna be a little different. Because how else is she gonna land the man, Kaseki? I mean, I want to bet him too, but you know, it's up to them. Whenever he's ready. Not even that hot. It's okay. Yeah, I think the smaller stories are really what make Guilty Gear, not the overarching story. Although the that man and soul stuff is I think it was cool up until this. Like, even in Guilty Gear 2, and you fight that man, and then you're like, yo, did he just turn into a shoot 'em up game? Like, bro, like, this is his power? And it's kind of tight. But, yeah, everyone wants to know about Faust. Well, dude, there's only so much you can do with Dizzy. Now she's, like, Kai's wife. And then, like, unless she wants to do stuff by herself, like, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like what Jacko is right now, too, right? Jacko is like, you know, she's got my girlfriend's body. Oh no, why did I do that? You know, it's like pretty much that whole side of Kai's family. It's like, why are they bothering anymore? Yeah, Sin's living with Kai and Dizzy again, not traveling with Soul anymore. Like, I just don't know what would make it interesting for them. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, it's a fighting game. She could, but I don't think it would be in character right now. Unless it'll be like more like Kai has to send her off or something, like because then the beginning of Strive story has him saying, "Oh, I'm probably gonna have to tell my people about my family, so they know the truth." And like I think if he does that and there's a discourse with that, I think that would be a natural progression for plot for the universe. You know, like I mean for in universe, I think that would make sense. It's like, hey, isn't she that girl that, you know, everyone was afraid of? And you're saying your son is the gear, and you have gear FTDs? Like, come on, bro. I don't know about that last one, but you know, I could see like a little outrage with it, because he kept it secret for so long, and he decides to pull it out like now, sometime after the world was about to end with giant Eno. I mean, there's a lot of story stuff that we're missing out on. I'm pretty sure they can expand on, and they could do, but I don't know if Daisuke even cares about doing that story stuff anymore. Oh no. Dang, getting demoted. Platoon leader. Ah, yes, I totally forgot about that. Oh no, this guy's a civilian. He's a real one though. 310 losses. No. Yeah, but it's okay. Story sorry. Eno? I think it's implied that like that iteration of her goes away. But maybe then the extended Guilty Gear universe that she pulled some strings and got Megumi out. The one that Axel was trying to get with the whole time. But then you have to like factor in like universe, parallel dimensions, or time travel, or something crazy like that, and yeah. Then it just becomes just as confusing. Shit. Who knows, right? Yeah, it's convoluted as hell. I'm not sure what part. So you have to ask, you know, I would have to like go back in my replay. Oh, you fought Elf today? Nice, real feels. How'd that go? You almost won a match? Okay. My wins against Alpha are like, I'd like to say like maybe 5%. He's mostly beating me. At least it's not BlazBlue's story, yeah. Yeah, before when they had like the big lobbies, he would always wait, no, not lobbies, he would just be in ranked. Ouch. Okay. I actually enjoyed BB's story up until like I didn't get to see Central Fiction, I think. But because man, that's a lot of time. I think someone fast forwarded all of CS, not CS. Was it C? Okay, so CSEX, one of the Blaze Blues, and it was still 3 hours of fast forward. Oh, okay. Whoops. Alright, I'll take it. Oh no, Gunblaze. Yeah, they really do talk a lot. Oh, shit. Okay, I thought I had a coin, but I got 6H. It still hit. Nice. Yeah, Alpha is really hard to beat. For me. The anime? I never watched the anime, I just seen, like, the clips of the bad parts of the anime. Man, I'd have to look at my closet, but, you know, I want the Tsubaki, the official Tsubaki Arxis Dakimakura. And for like there was like a showcase for Guilty Gear for Xrd and at Evo. Yeah, it's official. What's up, Kyrie? Um and and it was like if you beat this this Blaze Blue dev in Xrd for a copy for in this game that's not out officially yet in the States, we'll get you something, and I barely beat him. Because I played Venom in that game. Well, I was planning on playing Venom in that game. And, I'm doing a good Kyrie. And they didn't say what the prize was. So, like, 2 weeks later, I get it in the mail, I'm like, oh cool, this is the thing from Active Games. And then I open it, I'm like, bruh. It's okay, because she's my bae in that game anyway, but still. I'm like, dang. She's my BB girl. Oh yeah, no, it's the... If you look up Tsubaki Dakimakura, you'll know what it is. Man. I'll tell you this though, the material they use for the pillow for the pillow cover, so nice. It's so silky. I never used it. It's just been sitting in my closet. But man, yeah, like one side of it is okay-ish. It's safe for work, but the other side, man. Yes, they got me de-diking Makara. You can do a search, because I don't think I want to show that on stream, unfortunately. Ah, damn, I'm dead. Oh yeah, yeah, BBCP game? Yeah, I know about that struggle. I mean... Oh, the one I really want is the Vera body pillow from Grand Blue Fantasy. Yes, yes, that one is definitely official. The one of her when in the schoolgirl outfit, because you know she wasn't a playable character yet when they made the Daki. Or maybe they did. No, not they release CP physically overseas, just not in Europe. Majin Junpei, thank you for the follow. It's weird, there's some licensing issues, it's really dumb. Or publishing issues. Publishing stuff from Europe was like, it's always a blow up. Yeah, thanks, Kyrie. I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. Was there a version before Proto Phantasma? Can't remember. Oh god. Might have to take this off. Ah. Yeah, I didn't bother with CP. It was like, after a while, I'm like, yeah, I don't like BlazBlue, like, to play it. It's its own thing, and I'm like, I'm more Guilty Gear player. Hey, what's up, Great Fat? I don't think we did anything crazy. Unless we were talking about die keys. BlazBlue is super huge. Like, there was definitely a good bit of time where people knew BlazBlue but not Guilty Gear, which I thought was always weird, but there was a whole age of the people that came from the 360 PS3 era fighting games, and they started with Street Fighter 4 or something. Okay. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll find a die key, but you know, I'll have to make sure that it's not that I'm not showing anything too inappropriate. Oh man, this is yabai. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna. I'm just not gonna show that one. No, there's only one, unless, you know, they have unofficial ones of the other ones, but yeah, it's skirting PG-13. It's not rated R stuff, but PG-13 probably. Suggestive themes. Yeah, you can do a search. Tsubaki BlazBlue Dakimakura, it's the first result. But yeah, the one I actually wanted to get is Vera from BlazBlue, and that one's yabai too. But that's official from Cygames, and it comes with a drama CD. And there's some questionable content on there with her being asleep and saying stuff about Catalina. Yo, King. I'll try. It's Zappa though. It's kind of hard to hit this guy. I'm thinking about it. I just don't know what would you want to play. Sonic Adventure 2? Yeah, I forgot that got added on there. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it works. I mean, I'd rather just play Sonic and Shadow anyway. I wouldn't want it, like, Amy going in and messing things up. He's super messed up in that game. I was learning HNK and I stopped a bit. But I was playing that a bit. But my execution's not super amazing. I play Shin. I wish it was just like racing and not like the stupid having those special attacks. Not a big fan of the special attack stuff. But I guess you can do like a gentleman's agreement type thing too. Because I think the racing part is cool, but like I hate the attacks. Because you just wait until you get max power, chaos control, to stop time. They can't escape it. They can shake out of it though, if I remember right. Like having the special attacks guaranteed sucks. Power Stone 2. Dude, the problem with Power Stone is the rollback only works 1v1. So we can't play the multiplayer games because people want to play Ithaca, dude, you know. How freaking lows. Way too far from okay. Okay, level 1. Oh no! I ran out of meter. Couldn't jack out my way in. Oh wait, I have to FD that? Bruh. I'm not 100% sure who I'm gonna play Melty. I'm waiting for the reveal later tonight for the last character. Or second to last character. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. But the next new character, which is supposedly a spoiler, which, if people went through the leaks, they know who it is. I'm hoping they're interesting. Otherwise, I have no idea. I'm gonna mess around the cast though. Yeah, Roa being mainly a half-moon version of him is a lifesaver, because we definitely don't want to play that other version of Roa. Honest goods, Michael. Well, it's supposed to be Japan time the 17th. So, it should be later tonight. I have no idea. I'd have to check the Twitter. 11 p.m. Yeah, it's a shame we can't talk to Anya about it. Because, you know, she'd be more excited about it if she could, like, talk about it, but she can't. She's still reading Tsukime. Which I can read Tsukime. Oh, why did I have to drop out of Japanese class? I should have studied on my own. So lazy. I mean, it's fine. I think Roa's a given anyway, so... But him being included in the game was kind of like, man, that sucks. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's the next character, which, you know, if you watch the intro for the game, like, you know, he shows up, give or take. Yeah, I don't think it should hurt the sales. It just sucks that we're stuck waiting until the game comes out instead of getting at least, like... I'd like at least a preload, right? But, I mean, it's what, like 12 gigs or something? I'll be okay. They're gonna buy the game for Coma? No one plays Coma. I mean, not that many people. People play Coma, but, like, it won't be a majority. They can see how he plays, and then they're like, man, I don't enjoy playing this character. I don't think... Yeah, I mean, people play Ko, but like, people don't really want to play... People don't really want to play Koma like that. Like, they're not about that life, I don't think. They just see him being tight, and they just play. But, then they're like, man, this character doesn't get to do, like, so-and-so thing. Like, why don't I just play someone else? He's harder than the average character. I don't think he's, like, super crazy hard. But, like, because he lacks, like, yeah, they could have buffed him, too. Like, generally his style is, kinda... He's considered a grappler. But he doesn't really have strong poking buttons like a lot of Melty Blood casts. His pressure isn't really super crazy. But, like, when he gets in, he's supposed to, like, be really strong, you know? Especially if you're a good, like, reader, like, person that reads well. Because, you know, command grabs catching people in certain situations are pretty rare in, Melty Blood. You know, it's only him, like, in old Melty Blood, it was him and Satsuki. And I don't think Satsuki is gonna show up, considering the time frame of, Melty Blood. But, maybe she'll show up whenever, whenever they add more story content to Tsukihime, and they start introducing more stuff to the main plot. Kohaku or Pink Shoes. Type Lumina is supposed to be a prequel. Something like that. Miyako? I think I saw Stomp. Oh wait, no, actually I don't think they showed it off in the trailer, so she probably doesn't. Oh, about redeeming character? Oh shit, okay. I gotcha. That's what most people are assuming. They're changing story for Miyako. I mean, for Sachin. Whoops. It's not cool, but they still have to take time to develop the... They have to draw the characters in HD and all that stuff. They need time. I'm pretty sure everyone was looking forward to it, you know? Everyone's looking forward to Tsukihime and, like, giving her a route, finally. Oh no! Oh my god. Man. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna do stuff to get her in. Yeah, for sure. Not just Tsukihime, but a new Melty Blood on top of that, I think is amazing in itself. I'm, you know, there's always a chance we'll see a translation. I'm dumb. Should just read if there's a bad gap to the DP. Never mind. Overclock? Shit, I don't even remember the command. Yes, found it. No. I'm gonna assume, Someone said 11 p.m., but I don't know what time frame that is. Supposed to be Japan. 11 p.m. EST? Oh shit. Nice. Probably gonna be in the middle of me, do my tournament run, if I don't die right away. Ah, son of a gun. Shit, are you serious? Okay. Holy shit. I'm hoping he's really cool too. I'm hoping Neko doesn't show up. Well, okay, so if they put Neko in the game, I want there to be at least normalized like hitboxes for it. Because that's like the biggest problem. Having combos miss because like it exists kind of sucks. Whoops. The arc was that's hilarious. Bruh. Dang. That's pretty rough, but yeah. Oh shit. Ah, I got hit. Okay, he's beating them now. Ah, no. I thought he was gonna do something right away, like a block string, so I tried to dead angle. Okay, I think I'm gonna play... I'm most likely gonna mess with him for a second or two, but I probably won't, Yeah, GG Doppel. Play with my main sometime. I apologize, but we do have they do have a redeem. You didn't get to play my real character, but they redeem my like random characters that they want me to suffer through. I main Johnny, so if you're willing to play who I regularly play, you're welcome to Doppel. I take challengers from viewers, so yeah, no problem. I don't really main him, so it's like I just do what I kind of know. It's a very rare character. So one is a brand new character that's important to the story in the VN. That if you're not familiar with Tsukihime, you don't know. The other one, I think there was a leak, but we don't know if we can trust that leak. But you know, to be honest, it's probably better if I don't spoil it. But it's like a greater Titan character, not just relegated to Fate. I mean, Tsukihime. From what I understand. But, I mean, that's what the leak said. I don't know if that's something we can go by or not. Dang, he did burst his attack. I'll take it, though. But yeah. The thing is, we don't know yet. because it's a brand new character. So, we have no clue. We don't know what they're gonna play like. I'm hoping the trailer answers some questions. But unless they put like an actual video of the character, I don't think we'll know. The other one? We don't know. We don't know how they'll play. That's the thing. Yeah, I'd like to see more Coma gameplay, for sure. I like to see gameplay for everybody. But really, at this point, I just want to play the game. Oh no! Design-wise... well... He's a villain. I'm just saying, just wait a few more hours, you'll see. And if you're really curious, just... like, if you don't care about spoilers, then find out who the villains are in Tsukihime Remake. And it's gonna be one of them. That you probably would think is that one. The big thing is that he does show up in the... If you watch the opening for Tsukihime, then you probably already know who it is. That six-pack? Muscles in my visual novel? Nah, bruh. Really want to read that darn novel, though. I shouldn't have fallen asleep in Japanese class. Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm really wondering how they're gonna translate some of the arcs for Tsukihime though, because there's only 2 in the current, Hibunoi Typhoon, thank you for the follow. There's only, what is it, two heroine paths in the current Melty. I mean, the current Tsukihime, with more coming out later. So I'm wondering how they can handle a certain character. There's one character that I want to see brought to the Melty. Oh shit. Shaking out. So tiring. Dagger is a mistake. Oh man, I almost dropped that shit. Oh my god. So, I think I'm gonna stop playing soon, because I gotta rest, and I also gotta set up for Wednesday Night Fights, which I still need to sign up for. That's gonna be in 3 hours? So, yeah, I need to sign up for it. I need to see if my hands are okay, because, you know, I have my eczema problem, and they're feeling good. So, I think I'll be okay to play. But that's why I started streaming today early, so I can see if I was okay to play, and my hands are like cooperating. Yeah, that's all. I wanted to make sure that my my hands were cooperating with me. to play. That's also part of why I haven't been streaming, other than just being tired. But my hand eczema has been going out of control lately, so kind of brings me down the mood to play anything. What? He blocked the double overhead? Ah, crap! I did, huh? Oh man. But yeah, it's gonna take me 1 second to sign up for it, so no big deal. Oh, already using my jump. Okay. Oh, what's up, Loger? I mean, I usually wait till last minute to sign up too, just so I can make sure that I'm not like, something last minute didn't come up and then I don't, and I can't join it for some reason. There's no problem, I got it. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna play one more and then I'm out. I'm out till the... do DNF duel. I don't know about take over to FGC. It might take over Korean FGC, because the IP is super huge over there. FG rap? I don't know. Maple Story? I played when the game came through Nexon and they screwed up everything. Oh, female grappler. I gotcha. Yeah, she was tight. I like female Street Fighter, the brawler. I'm all about the dirty fighting. The most important thing for a fighting game? Yeah, she just throws shit at you. The most important thing for a fighting game. You know what? To be honest with you, I think style is the most important thing. Like, just a cohesive style for the game. Because without that, why would I play a game with a bunch of, like, karate men? Like, why should I care? Like, I'm all about gameplay, and the gameplay's cool, but, like, also, like, the style of the game tends to influence the way the game is, like, designed in some ways, you know? Yeah, you have a good one, Great Fox. Like, a lot of the aesthetic can influence the design of the game, I think. I hope so. I mean, if anything, it's Arc System Works and they know how to make anime games, but they also kind of made all their, like, anime fighting games look very similar. So it's you know it's them making the game. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, like, so with Melty, the design of the characters are, you know, visual novel characters, but like the way the game is, like, because they managed to they had like the basic groundwork of the universe having like magic and stuff. It's not out of place for them to do stuff like air dashing and stuff like that. And okay, thank you, Joe. I think we're good for now. And because of that, they get to mold the gameplay the way they want to. And it's kind of like the same thing with Dragon Ball 2. You know? Dragon Ball characters are like, oh, we can destroy the planet we want to, but with these laser beams. And it kind of shows too. And you know, you have games like Marvel where these characters with superpowers are fighting like random Japanese video game company IPs with different abilities. But they mishmash, and it's kind of cool in that way too. But you know, some people like the stale-bred vanilla martial artist stuff, or you know, some people like these kung fu stereotypes, killing each other and dismembering people, I guess. You know, everyone has different tastes. But yeah, like, the overall presentation of the game, I think, is important because that's the first thing people see when they play a fighting game. Like, it's like, okay, well, alright, well, I could play all these other games, but why should I play your game? And the first thing you see is like, oh shit, this game is, like, there's so many colors and effects and stuff. Like, I want to do that, you know? Yeah, no, I mean, I know. I played Dungeon Fighter a while back. A long time ago. When it was still super grindy. It's not as bad now. I think a lot of content's there. Yeah, I mean, I know their stuff is crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's why the what is it? Melty takes place in the back alleys and nighttime of Japan. Because of the you know, that's where a lot of the story takes place, so it makes sense. But yeah, I am looking forward to Dungeon Fighter. The important part is that it's developed by 8ing. How much of it is developed by 8ing, I don't know. But if people don't know, they make all those degenerate fighting games like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is their last big game. They did Fate Unlimited Codes. Some other games too. But I'm more excited for that because I want some silly, crazy stuff. I feel like we've been missing a lot of that for fighting games lately. You know, everyone's playing it safe. Even Guilty Gear. Outside of the Roman Council stuff for Strive, it's been pretty safe. Yeah, we just have to see how much they're in charge of the gameplay. We don't know how much. But if they're in charge of the overall gameplay, then yeah, I'm looking hella forward to it. Oh shit, my cat's awake. Killer Queen! What are you doing there? Oh no. He was trying to be my super. Nice. Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm the most excited about that game. The dev. Like, I think ArcSys is probably just gonna do like the graphic stuff. And 8ing is gonna do the... I would assume 8ing is in charge of the gameplay stuff. And also, it's been a while since the Arxis worked on another IP that's not Grand Blue, and I mean they were told to make a safe fighting game, so they now the game is like making people fall asleep currently. Hell yeah. Oh god. Oh. No, come on. Dang. The life deficit is too real. Oh my god. I tried to throw. I was on the verge of coming back, man. Yeah, no, it is. It's just the current version of Grand Blue Versus is, like, the current patch is very... Like, they took a lot of, the fun out of, like, a lot of characters at the moment. So everyone's just like, what the hell is going on? Hey, Sakura, what's up? Did you manage to at least stay here for the GGAC+R discussion? It's not 100% up to Pachi, I think. He could be a battle planner, but he might not have like all the say. Because there's like a story about him in Danger Time, and how he like... Yeah, it's pretty nice. Feels so good, man. I just don't... I just don't have it out on something. I don't even know where I put it. I think it's in my closet somewhere. I'll put it out on display sometime. Yeah, I don't know if there's a story about Pachi saying, hey, I don't want Danger Time in this game. And the guy in charge, he's like, no, this game has to have something dumb like this. And he's like, alright, well. So he's not 100% in charge. He can influence the game, but he can't like make the final decision. He's not the planner. He's just a designer, I think. Or something like that. It sucks. Oh, this guy's got a good win record, I wonder. I met Pachi a while back, too. He's a very nice guy. Ugh, man, Potemkins. Oh yeah, I still need to get off. I should probably do my laundry while I'm chilling for a bit. What? Oh my god. Oh shit, I thought I had level 2, not 3. I don't know why I throw missed. My brain went to exert Johnny Mistfighter for 1 second. I still have those moments, it sucks. Yeah, I mean, I know why they did it. It just sucks. Like, it makes... If you look from outside in, it makes sense. For the way they did it, but it sucks for people that played him as a legacy character. Yeah, he didn't want to play me anymore. Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's Corsica back. It's... Man, I have to explain it every time, whenever someone asks. Shut in, Zoomer. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna quit soon, man. I'm gonna have to stop. Alright, I'll stop after this. And then I'll be back at night for Wednesday night fights. I just have to, get a couple links and put it in my Street Element spot. One more game, baby. Yeah, so like, the way they did it was to supplement a few things. If they kept the old motions for certain things, my chances to win tonight fights, I didn't even look at who was in there. But I mean, I don't ever think of myself making higher than top 3, because there's always Elwood Shadow, unless he doesn't show up. And like, the people that make it top 3 are like really rough already. It's always stacked. I don't try to... I'm not trying to play the aim to get top 8 or top 3 or win, but instead I just try to improve every time I play. As well as like, see where I have problems with certain characters or matchups or whatever. Because it's not like, there's nothing huge at stake. Yeah, I mean, you can. It's pretty much Thursday. Oh, without win? Maybe, I don't know. Chill out, bro. Yeah, Thursday night fights. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all it is for me too, Loader. If I can win, that's a plus, but, you know, not always the case. Yeah, TH, because they have Tuesday. They play Tuesday too. To get all their games in order. Knew it was gonna whip. I don't know why I didn't add an extra hit. Yo, what's up, Franzilla? Oh shit! Yeah. I'm just playing a little bit. Probably gonna get off stream soon because I got some stuff to do and I gotta sign up for Wednesday night fights. Because I haven't signed up yet. I usually wait till like an hour before. Yeah, of course. It's my day off. Like, it'd be weird if I didn't. You know, that's why I always enter Boston Blue Beat on Thursdays, because you know. I just so happen to have Thursdays off. Oh wow. Okay. He probably wanted to throw steam and I just so happened to be in throw range. That's pretty funny. Whoa! Ah, man. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask you that. Why don't you enter those? Are you not available during that time? I know you watch them. He actually bursted on first hit G. Oh yeah. I heard people were complaining about that for the online recently. What? Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing that as a current problem for this patch, for this version of the patch. This could be the way to. I mean, I'm okay with the Justice mashup. It's annoying. I had to deal with it, but you know. Magic the Gathering? Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Paper Magic? Yeah, Magic the Gathering is cool. I just, man, I can't invest time into it. It's too much for me. Oh, that's cool. I know super basic stuff about Magic, but draft is tight. I like the idea of draft. Ugh. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna chill for a bit. I'm gonna see. First, I'm gonna get this cat though. I'm gonna get this cat in the camera. Hey, kitty cat. Hi, Kill Queen. He's like, what are you doing? But yeah, yeah. So tonight, Wednesday night fights is in less than 3 hours. It's 9 p. It's gonna be 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's probably when I'll go live. I'll make a tweet about it and Discord. Yeah. Well, he barely lets me do it, and then like, see, like I can't even give him kisses because he just like he's just gonna paw my face. He doesn't like he's trying to get out. I have eczema on my hands, which I ran out of steroid cream until recently, which I just got just now, and it's a pain in the ass to maintain. That's why I haven't been in the mood to stream lately. But yeah, I mean, it's okay right now for me today. So I'm gonna play in the tournament tonight. I'm gonna sign up and then go do some chores and stuff. No, it's fine. It's just it's just something I have to maintain on my hands. It sucks. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Let's see who is streaming real quick. I'm gonna see who's streaming, and then we can send you that way, and then I'll be out later tonight. Yes, what's up? What's up, Phoenix? Okay. Need to know what? You too, Loger. You're so lucky my parents on here right now. I hate that you're making me choose. I'm not gonna say. I'll keep that a secret. Actually, I'm gonna decide it because I kind of like both. To Brazil, Brazilians are tight. I don't know what you're tripping about. Let's see. Let me see. Who can I send you guys to? Yeah, I can assure you I like both, but I can't tell you which one I like more than the other right now. Yeah, dang, Latif is Latif's got a ton of people watching nowadays. Yo, what's up, base station? Trying to figure out who do I send you guys to, so when it needs it. Let's see. Oh, rollback FTC. Haven't seen those guys in a while. Try for a month, bruh. No, never, never. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I can tell you. What? Axis Games is streaming. That's cool. Okay, so I will send you guys to... So you have... I'm kind of torn, to be honest with you. I don't know who to send you guys to, because oh wait, you know what? I'll just look who's streaming Guilty right now. That's not me. My chat was on scrub codes. Oh man. Okay, this guy looks like he is trying to learn +R. We'll send you guys this way. This guy is named DC Fighter. I don't know what his skill level is, but oh, he's playing Emilia. Okay, cool. Looks like he has a general idea of what he's doing. Wow, his recent follower is one of the host bots. Poor guy. So we're gonna raid this guy, give him some follows, and I'll see you guys later tonight. So, but yeah. Hope you see you at 9 p.m. Central, or whatever it is time wherever you guys are at. I'll see you later.